Hello everyone, today I'm talking to Shirley Erwee from Online GED South Africa, and she's telling us about a new course she has specifically on essay writing for the GED exam. Hello Shirley, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Hi Marisa. Yes, we've created this course because many students battle with the skill of writing a good essay for the GED. And so we decided to make an online tutorial with a slideshow and video and some practical activities to help students master the skills that they need so that they can write a good argumentative essay.
Okay, so argumentative essay, what does that mean? What's the format of the essay in the GED exam?
Well, it's quite different to the usual essays that we kind of get used to writing as we're learning English, because for the GED, they give the students two texts on the same topic, but each text represents an opposing point of view. And then the task is that the student must evaluate each text and decide which one best supports its argument. And then the student has to write an essay giving evidence to show why the text they've chosen is the best supported essay. So it's quite complex. It's not just writing about one point of view, it's evaluating and then giving a reason for the judgment and the choice that you've made.
So what happens if you do not agree with the viewpoint of the point of view of the essay?
Well, that's the thing. A person has to learn to keep your emotions out of it and to keep your own opinion out of your essay, and look at the two texts objectively and then decide which one has better evidence. And in our essay writing lesson, we're going to give criteria to help the student evaluate and make a good choice. There is no right and wrong answer, however. As long as you give evidence for your choice, that's what you're going to be graded on. But it gives you more confidence if you know how to evaluate these two essays, these two texts.
Okay, so let's tell everybody what the two of us did. I asked you to write this lesson for my writing course. So you did all the work, and then I translated everything into Afrikaans because I want my audience to have more resources in Afrikaans available, enabling them to be able to homeschool longer in their mother language, in their first language. But then you decided that you also want to launch it as a separate English course. So the format, as you said, it's a video lesson and then there's a workbook. What I liked is the fact that you provided practice texts that people can practice on. So you want to tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, so in the essay lesson, we have two texts about a topic, and I've gone through step by step how we evaluate those and given some guidelines for how to use your time to plan your essay. So it's exam time management, and then some practical tips on how to structure a good argumentative essay. And then there's also some very valuable word lists that give you vocabulary to help you build the logical flow in your argumentative essay. And then these additional texts, there's 6 of them, 3 pairs of arguments on opposing points of view on different topics. They are provided so that after you've gone through the lessons, you have some materials to use to practice these skills.
And do you think 3 of them are enough to be ready for the GED? Actually, you tell people to do more of them, don't you?
Yes, and I think it's wonderful that we're making this material available so that students can know how to practice this. And I think it would be great if younger students perhaps even do one argumentative essay a month for a year or two before the GED, so that they're really skilled and confident at writing this kind of essay.
Okay, so and you provide 11 criteria or questions that one can ask about these texts to evaluate them. But what I liked about them is that then you made the point that you can use these same 11 arguments or criteria to construct your own essay. So you use them to critique someone else's work, but you also use them to build your own essay. I like that. It's almost like a meta skill.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's a valuable exercise that we're doing here, whether you're writing the GED or not, because in the 21st century, we are so inundated with information in the media that one of the skills that we all need to learn and our students need to learn is how to evaluate information. how to recognize an agenda, how to compare and contrast opposing points of view, and to make these kind of judgments and decisions. It's developing critical thinking.
The point that you made, that is in this kind of essay, you have to be objective. You can't let your emotions get the better of you. And I think that's also an important life skill for any young person to learn.
Yes, I thought it could be a very good practice essay to perhaps choose the opposing point of view that's different to what you personally believe. And just for practice, to see if you could write an essay justifying why that perspective has evidence to support its arguments. And just to practice keeping your own personal opinion and your emotions out of it, it could be a very good exercise.
Okay, so just to whet everybody's appetite a bit, what were some of the topics that we are practicing on?
Okay, the one we worked through as an example in the lesson is about whether children should be sent to preschool or not, whether early academics benefits them or not.
As a homeschooling mom, you probably had some biases of your own that you had to overcome, right?
Absolutely, and neither of those two essays were perfect, and that's the skill to look at. Which one has good points? And generally, there will be some good points in both texts, and you have to then evaluate. Then the other three are also on controversies. So the one is about how much government should regulate the lives of citizens. And then there was one about organic foods and whether they are really so healthy or whether it's a scam.
Yes.
And then there was another one that's about whether young children should have their own cell phones or not. And there were good arguments for and against having cell phones for children.
Yes, nice, juicy, up-to-date topics that young teenagers can learn to think about and write about.
The whole idea is to get everybody thinking and evaluating and learning how to make good arguments.
What I like about the workbook is that we're giving a lot of scaffolding along the way to help youngsters, guiding them slowly through the process until it's almost second nature.
Yes, it gives a good framework and they're good cues to help them to construct their essay paragraph by paragraph.
Okay, so we're going to link in this video somewhere, just find it, to both these courses. Remember, they are available in Afrikaans and in English as well. And even if you're not writing the GED, this is good essay practice. Thank you so much, Shirley.
Thank you.